Nine Souls is a 2D, furry, Souls-like psychological horror, Metroidvania action platformer set in a Dopamine dystopia developed by Red Candle Games, a studio famous for likening Xi Jinping to Winnie the Pooh, which let's just say lasts them a lot of social credit. Assuming the mantle of Yi, not the Chinese mythological archer who shot down the Nine Suns, but a feline foreign entity betrayed and left for dead by the Nine Furballs, fueled by revenge and a tentacle-based revival system. We set out to confront the council and take their 9 souls. So get your first ready for our descent into the rich 9 souls lore, its tight gameplay, and all the bisexual furry fan art. The absolute perfection of the combat system can be perfectly encapsulated by this sound. Once more, again, my brain has been trained to release high doses of dopamine directly into my nucleus accumbens upon hearing it, just like, or a deal. For some reason, the ability to parry anything and everything eventually is why I got hooked on the game. Aside from the chubby furry mommy, every time you parry, you hear this wonderful, unless the timing is off, internally damaging you. Still better than just getting hit. Then there's the air parry, which lets you bounce on it. And by it, I mean projectiles, these green balls and enemies coming at you red hot horizontally. We can even charge a parry, condensing and holding chi at critical levels, which when let go creates an expanding bar of deflection field. From every parry, pretty much or out, you get a chi charge that lets you blow enemies up inside out, dealing gargantuan loads of damage, which comes in 3 variations: holding the button till explosion, holding the button till max explosion, and just explosion. Every other arsenal in your inventory can be used to deal more damage doing any opening, but instead you'll be smoking that Zaza to cope with your skill issue. Aside from the satisfying combat, you have the satisfying traversal mechanics, like jumping and dashing to unlock more jumping and dashing. If you are a masochist who enjoys any of these, then you will surely love 9 Souls, but I love it for a much different reason. Its thrilling narrative and presentation, which caught me off guard, because they really didn't have to go this hard. Post-betrayal 500-year hibernation, he is saved by an ape child, spending 2 years recovering his lost strength, blending in with the villagers who worship aliens, and forming a brotherly bond with the child, Shan, who knew of his true nature, and also the local conspiracy theorist, Shannon. He waits for the perfect opportunity to get back at the backstabbers, which is the village festival, where Shan's brilliant brain is one among the chosen to live with the gods. Just the ring. We use his unique ability to slap an explosive talisman on things to save our boy and destroy the head goblin 9000. Bidding farewell, we enter the meat grinder and follow the disassembly line separating limbs from torsos. We come across a lot of wiki pages etched onto the neon walls, from which we deduce that we are currently on a space station. And the village that we were in was one of the breeding camps for humans to be clipped and shipped to make infinite biomutant cyborg soldiers. This might all be shocking to you, but not he, because he made all this shit. We partake in a lot of inconspicuous calls with our hyper-intelligent AI who guides us to our new safe house. Here we unlock the AI's premium tier with the mystic nymph drone. Shan somehow safely stumbles into her heavily hidden house. Yi, now tasked with raising a child, permanently goes into the root dimension to buy some milk. A wise sage inhabits its timeless depths. Lear, who simultaneously teaches and learns from Yi, spirit-based martial arts throughout our trail of destruction, and gives us the fast travel horn. He is also an important historical figure whose significance can only be understood through a brief history lesson extracted from future wiki exploration through the infinite Tao. On the distant planet Benglai, a large black tentacle-like mass of roots and vines grew, known as the Fusang, or the primordial roots, which through a process similar to photosynthesis converted star energy into rhizomatic energy. And wherever the roots spread, civilizations of hyper-intelligent cat people thrived, called the Solarians. They eventually tapped into the rhizomatic energy of the roots to push their technological advancements to nuclear levels. and like any other rational society, starts killing each other. Throughout this turbulent era, a powerful kingdom, GA, rose above the rest, on their way to make a mini Death Star. Lear, growing up in these turbulent times, owns his potential and pushes science forward, establishing the Fang Shi Guild, which unites rest of Penglai against GA, and with the help of advanced weapons, they stop the Necronazis. Penglai is ushered into an era of peace, but seeing his friends fall into clutches of corruption, he seals away all destructive technology and retreats into the infinite void, plunging the Solarian society into the Amish lifestyle for centuries. Slowly among the Taoists, technologists emerge, secretly researching the fountain of youth, backed by the wealthy, until a mysterious virus totally not created in a Chinese lab breaks out, which turns the cats floral. The Tian Dao Council comes forward, promising a cure headed by the 10 souls. Yi was one of them, now he's against them, and to turn the ship around we need to do some soul snatching. Soul Seals unlock admin privileges in this Discord group and are stored in their vital sanctums along with their emotional backstory. First up on our kill list is our old friend Kwafu, a chubby cat who wouldn't hurt a fly. Therefore he sends a demonic cyborg centaur to kill us. He forgives Kwafu and recruits him as the engineer who levels up our shit. Next we survey the plantations comprised of the bestial crops and the strange self-destructing frogs to find our slave master, Go Mal. She traps us in a large cage, breaks the cage and makes us traverse through the Chinese irrigation system until he interrupts her feast with a fight, where she constantly distracts us with her slobbering and her seductive posing, while making us battle to brain-dead slaves hopping around. Welcome to the most underwhelming boss fight, where we knock out a slave to bring down the slave master to ring the mind control bell, giving us an opening to slap her around. Repeat 20 times. We give her a taste of her own mind control collar, but we are forced to feel bad for her once we learn that she loved her slaves like her own children. And all her actions are justified since she was a victim of communism. Our third target is a decrepit old cat, fighting solely to preserve the wealth of the elderly like every politician ever. He unleashes upon you the discontinued experimental mutant soldier, the Mecha Yi, a sniper rifle, and finally the huge spinning robot with a giant laser. Turning their weapons against each other, Yi kills the old man through sheer humiliation. Then Yi gets a call from the demon cat Jie Quan, promising a fair duel. No tricks involved. We get tricked instantly by his instinctive attacks and infinite HP instead of letting Yi die and use his low accurate wound resurrection mechanic. He fucking puts you in Unit 731 to develop our character through physical torment. Soon after getting captured, Yi receives a video message from his beloved little sister, Heng, like we do at various specific points all throughout the game, which is paired with a flashback fleshing out Yi's backstory. Yi, being born in a hardcore Taoist family, rejected their backward-ass lifestyle and was seen as cold and rude by everyone except his little sister, who admired him since she was a little bit crazy. No, Heng, the primordial root is not talking to you. During a botched experiment, Yi gets blown in half protecting his sister. Hearing her cries, the primordial roots revive Yi, turning him into an undying being stuck in a child's body. The Tian Dao Council catches wind of this, and one of their lead immortality researchers, Yi Gong, takes Yi under her wing and her microscope. After the outbreak, the council sets in motion the Eternal Cauldron Project, where some select Solarians get to board the Penglai landmass turned space station carrying the primordial root, so that they can be frozen asleep till the council makes the vaccine. Yi's family, including his sister, refused to get on board due to the differences in their ways, leading to a bitter end that would make you tear up like the Interstellar meme. But back to the cock and ball torture. We hack ourselves out of the torture device to begin the actual torture, the mandatory stealth section, with nerfed health, no dash, and the immortal jail warden chasing you, avoiding the pitfalls, pitbulls, and the balls by hiding inside the box until returning to the roots to face the guillotine pitbull, who fights you by vomiting out smaller dogs, the immortal warden, and a giant spike. Keep up the biomassacre till he begs us for death. We find Jie Quan's asexual butt-naked ass in the transmutation sauna, and he starts beating our ass. Jie Quan was bullied as a child, but now he has gained enough strength to be the bully by juicing, and he dies juicing one last time, letting his muscles reach critical levels, breaking all his tendons. After receiving a cryptic signal from the jump scare room, we come to find the funeral hell so traumatizing that you come out a furry. We are welcomed by the ethereal hot springs, the unnaturally pink environments, and the really natural geophysics of Lady Ethereal. She is a bit confused, but ye can fix her. So we endure the nightmarishly long, dreamy platforming section, and we can wake up no matter what. We look back again to see the simulation breaking over and over and over again, till we realize he can't fix her. So naturally, he beats her up as she was asking for it. Before getting ejected from her personal self-flagellation simulation, we learn of her role in developing soulscapes, which stimulate brain activity during cryosleep through sweet dreams, but the dreams were too sweet to wake up from. She covered up the side effects, laying shut everyone in a high-tech coffin. We delve back into the dreamland to deal with Lady Ethereal for the last time and get her soul sealed. In this multi-act theatrical play, we have to deal with the hysterical woman throwing knives, clawing face, cloning herself, while being distracted by the increasingly disturbing imagery in the background. Before the curtain closes, we are gobsmacked by her third act. Putting her brain to rest, we move on to the Grotto of Scriptures, the Indiana Jones level with its traps, puzzles and artifacts, populated by a lot of annoying shits, overseen by G, the immortal soul, who spends his time etching his life events on large stone tablets. On excavating further, we stumble upon Lear's secret tomb, where he pieced out from, sealing away fruits of technology like the nuclear bomb. G intimidates E by foretelling his death and showing off their height difference, extending out his arms and legs from his slender fuckboy body. While I struggle with my sexuality, he struggles with all the swords buried in the ground and the black hole. G, once defeated, dies of old age tranquilly as he got to witness his old friend's Moset one last time. He only joined the council to protect the grotto, and then lets Egon try to make a cure from his cells. But it just turned everyone into undying feral monsters that roam around the Empyrean district, where the rich nobility partakes in their refined and sophisticated hobbies, such as theater, alcoholism, cheap drugs, and strippers. Running this high society away from sobriety are the Feng twins, Fushi and Noah, who are subtly implied to be incestuous. Noah, the little sister, has undergone the ancient Chinese purification tradition of disablement, and the older brother speaks in a tongue too sophisticated to be comprehensible after being the first to get the mutation serum. He parries Fushi's monstrous crushing force and Noah's bullshit until Fushi mutates into a blob of meat and spikes, impaling Noah to death. We discover a way to lift the mate blockade to the endgame area and the final soul, but now we have to check in on the child we abandoned. He gives various items he finds lying around to Xuan, distracting him from her absence. That is the primary way by which their relationship is built. Spending time with Xuan, playing alien chess, growing a comically large tree in the backyard, teaching him how to use various tools, and he is good at every single thing. Aside from Xuan's growth, he also grows, not physically, but as a person, learning from Xuan a new way to look at life and letting go of his old stubborn way, which empowers he to use a nuclear bomb to wipe out his own kind to win the true ending. But to get the true ending, you need to check some more lists, like saving Shannon by feeding him a lot of poisons, which he later vomits out as beverages that increase your health. This leads to the village quest, where you save them multiple times, until the conspiracy theorist becomes their leader. We also have the badly and sadly ending side quests from the insane death machine turned merchant monk and the clanker, respectively, which we witness when checking out the endgame deep below. Before we can get to the ninth soul, we are bombarded by the unusual architecture, annoying enemies, and twinning video logs all at once. Combing through all the sudden exposition, he deploys his master plan of just walking into Yigang's soulscape, which she counters in her sleep. Mind broken and all the soul stolen, he is forced to relive abandoning his little sister in the dark void. But our boy savior calls out to us, helping Yi overcome the nerve hack and run back through the most difficult, slow screen panning, UI hidden, wave combat gauntlet corridor ever to get back to a totally hidden safe hub to see it absolutely thrashed. Rui protects our seal and our boys, sacrificing all his GPUs in the process. Egon is busy at the station's core decrypting the rules to usher Solarians into the next stage of evolution. And you have to choose whether to go and stop her right now, or let all the humans escape back to Earth with Quafu after he finishes the tactical nuke, convincingly lying to Xuan that he'll be back for his mystic drone. He arrives at the core to watch some more video logs, establishing he the drafter of the Eternal Cauldron project. putting Solarians in soulscapes powered by human brains while they work on a cure. But he finds out that Egon created the virus while researching immortality, leading to their clash 500 years ago. And now, to settle the score for the final time. Everything you've done throughout the game was preparing you for this moment, and yet nothing will have you prepared. If you chose the false ending, then you will stop her in the second phase, and go back to Penglai, still working on the cure till the end of time. In the true ending, Egon mutates herself to unleash even more hellish attacks, and finally infects the roots, forcing you to use the nuke. Nine Souls is often compared to Hollow Knight and Sekiro for good reason, as it takes a lot of inspiration from the gods, but in the process of combining its satisfying parry mechanics, platforming, talismans, jails, diverse environments and its multi-layered engaging story, Nine Souls stands out as a unique piece of art. The events of the game, history of Solarians, interstellar video calls, story of the souls, and all the cryptic collectible lore that worked together in telling a story that kept me hooked the entire way through, more than all of the entire inbreeding of the Elden Ring royal bloodline. But sometimes the story does put the gameplay in the backseat, coming in expecting a solid combat-focused Metroidvania. I can't believe how much I loved all aspects of it, and I can't believe how it didn't win Game of the Year, just like how I can't believe Silksong is real.